Magandang umaga Luzon, Visayas at Mindanao. Magandang umaga Pilipinas. Welcome sa The Observer Pusong Minero. Ngayon po ay araw ng Sabado, ika-12 sa buwan ng Abril 2025. At ako po, si Felix Tambongko. Samahan niyo ako sa loob ng isang oras tayo magkakwentuhan at magkabalitaan. Abay, magandang umaga muna sa mga taga Eastern Rizal Miners Association at sa mga taga PMCA. Sa pangunguna ni Miss Lita Lee, dyan po sa Supreme Elite at siyempre dyan po sa mga taga Rapid City Realty at magandang umaga rin sa taga Mapa ha. At ganoon din ka na Miss Anity. Good morning po. Magandang umaga rin ka na Luis Sarmiento. At siyempre, magandang umaga rin pala si kay Carly Milaor. At sa mga tiga-Nickel Asia Corporation. Excuse. At kumusta na kaya si Sir Ruel Asuncion? Oo, dyan sa bahagi ng Ipilan. O sa bahagi po ng Brooks Point, Palawan. Ano kayang nangyari sa kanila? At siyempre kay Director Serge Gacad. Magandang umaga po. At kay Director Egay Castillo ng MGB. At sa mga tiga-DNR ha, sa panguna ni Secretary Loizaga at sa ilang kaibigan natin. Ang mainstay pala doon na matagal na siya, Secretary at Assistant Secretary Adobo pala. O, yan. Siya matagal na doon sa DNR. Ayun. At bago tayo pumalawot, si Caborex Montalyon talaga. Sira na raw yung radyo niya. Kasi hindi na tayo mahanap-hanap. Oo. Magandang umaga po at happy listening, Caborex Montalyon at Ninong Pumilyari. Good morning. Kay kasama ng Jimmy Mausay, natulog pa rin ha. At siyempre kay Kajay Sambilay. Si Kajay Sambilay po ng Baras Rizal. Magandang umaga at tayo ho'y hating gabi na rin Huli kaming magka-chat kagabi at pagod na pagod din yung mama. Kahapon, kahapon, yung pong Senate Blue Ribbon Committee ay nagsagawa po ng investigasyon. Doon po sa isang isyong matagal na nating tinatalakay. At yun ang tema ng investigasyon kahapon ng Senate Blue Ribbon Committee na pinamumunuan nitong si Senator Alan Peter Cayetano. May kinalaman ho doon sa ginawang pagkansila ng DNR sa joint venture agreement sa pagitan po ng Blue Star, Masungi at ng DNR. Kasi sa original ho na nilalaman ng joint venture agreement at maging sa supplemental agreement ay sinasabi ho ron na ang Blue Star being the developer at sabi na nalo sa bidding, sabi ng mga tiga Blue Star ay naatasa na magbuo ng socialized housing project para sa 5 ahensya ng gobyerno. At doon, sa supplemental agreement, kasama ko pati yung Office of the President at yung empleyado ng Presidential Management Staff. So, sa madalit salita, umiral yung joint venture agreement sa matagal na panahon, pero ang sinasabi ng DNR ngayon, wala akong accomplishment sa panig ng developer o ng Blue Star. At para sa kapakanan ng mga nakikinig natin ngayong araw na ito at nanonood, nais nating ibigay yun ang ilang bahagi na nangyayaring pagdinig sa Senate Blue Ribbon Committee. Itong video ito ay grab from the Senate hearing at courtesy of Senate of the Philippines. Yun ang ilang bahagi at opening remarks ng pagdinig po sa pamamagitan ni Senator Alan Cayetano ang chairman ng Blue Ribbon Committee kahapon. Ito. Maybe walang sound. Oo. Oo. Ina-adjust lang ko at medyo bakit walang sound yun. Oo, para ho sa kapakanan ng ating mga kababayan na nakikinig ngayon. Kasi baka sabihin, fake news eh. Ay katulad nung nakaraan, nang magtungo yung first lady dito sa aming bayan eh. Tama-tama, nag-cover ho ako eh. Yun daw kung aking na-post na video ay fake news. Eh, paano magiging fake news eh, nandun ako sa lugar. At ako mismo yung nag-video. Fake news daw. So, ito, tingnan natin.
Finding the solution and identifying the issues. And not only coming out with the facts and sorting out the issues, but really come up with a sustainable solution. So, Madam Secretary, you have the floor, and or any of your appointed officials can do the talking.
Thank you very much, Honorable Chair. Honorable Chair, Senator Alan Peter Cayetano, distinguished members of the committee, good afternoon. The Department of Environment and Natural Resources appears before you today to address the issues surrounding the letter of cancellation dated March 7, 2025, concerning the 2002 supplemental agreement with Blue Star Construction and Development Corporation of a property in Tanay, Rizal. There will be a separate presentation, Mr. Chair, later for the detailed chronology of events leading to this cancellation. I will focus on the legal and environmental considerations that necessitated this action. The core of our mandate is the conservation and protection of our nation's invaluable natural resources, particularly within our protected areas. These areas, like Masungi Karst, are vital for the
So, hindi pala ito yung opening statement, Melvin.
provide essential services.
So, ito yung
for
pangalawa nating ipi-play.
the law, specifically the National Integrated Protected Areas Systems.
So, hindi pala yun yung, ito na pala yung sagot ni Secretary Loizaga. So, yung opening statement para maganda at hindi nalilito yung ating mga kababayan. O, ayan ba yun? Yung opening statement. Sige nga, try natin, saka natin isunod yung kay Secretary Loizaga. Yan.
The Blue Ribbon Committee hearing is now called to order. For my open remarks, I'll say it both as remarks and as a prayer na rin. So as we all pray that since we were made in the image and nature of God, that we all be good stewards. When I was meditating on what to say, I felt of doing two things. One, reading the preamble of the Constitution. Can you open it to the preamble? The preamble. And then James 3:1. Na not many of you should become teachers, my fellow believers. Baliktad, di ba? Kasi we encourage people to become teachers. So, na-intrigue ako sa verse. But it says, not many of you should become teachers, my fellow believers, because you know that we who teach will be judged more strictly. So, we who teach will be judged more strictly. So, the point I want to make is that in a time that there's so much waste and abuse of human rights, abuse of power, where finally we are realizing that we cannot abuse nature. It's not sustainable, diba? We're a country and a people looking for models and examples. So when I read the allegations, the cancellation, the retort back and forth, mostly on Facebook, some news reports, I felt this is an opportune time, but also a caution to all of us, including the Senate, the government, that people are watching. So if we can conclude this in a very sober way and find real models. So if this is a good model at mali yung pagka-cancel, then it should be resolved. Kung may mali sa model na to and it should be cancelled, or if there's a may mga pagkakamali na nakita lang in hindsight, so we do not know. So for the record, I have not met any of you on this matter. I might have, of course, the Secretary, I see you during the hearings, ma'am, di ba? I have friends on both sides and we invited everyone we can. So my prayer lang is that we can fully ventilate the model of this contract, the conservation contract, then what's the problem and what the government wants to do, and then to hear also the opposite side and to hear what also yung, by the way, this is multi administrations na, no? This isn't, so this started in 1996. So we're talking about almost 30 years, di ba? Okay. So let me end with the preamble of the Constitution. I think it's just a really good guide for all of us. We, the sovereign Filipino people, imploring the aid of Almighty God in order...
Ngayon, ayun no yung ilang bahagi ng opening statement ni Senator Alan Peter Cayetano with regards po doon sa nangyaring cancellation at issue ng joint venture agreement. Eh, talagang tama, multi-agency nga na, multi-administration na nga ho yun. At sa tagal na rin natin tinatalakay kasi sabi ko nga, yung umpisa ho ng pagtalakay ng inyong lingkod sa isong yan, ay bunsod na rin sa usapin na sa tingin ho ng inyong lingkod ay agrabyado ang gobyerno at agrabyado yung mga dapat sana naging beneficiaryo ng housing project. Yun o yung kung dadaan ho kayo dyan sa bahagi ng Marilaki Highway, I think hindi ako nagkakamali, kilometer 48 hanggang 50 yan. At, o 58. Basta gano'n. Mapapansin nyo mayroong nakalagay doon garden cottages. Yun o yun. Yun o yung bahagi na dapat sana ay dinevelop into a socialized housing project. At natawag yung atensyon natin din sa bagay niyan dahil may mga empleyado o ilang empleyado noon ng Region 4A na gustong mag-avail noong housing project na yan, eh hindi ho naka-avail dahil ang kanilang binabanggit eh tila pangmayaman na raw ho at hindi binibigyan ng pagkakataon yung DNR employees at iba pang empleyado ng ibang ahensya ng gobyerno para maka-avail ng programa. Wherein, sabi ko nga, eh saksi ho tayo at doon sa ginawa nating research, eh nabigyan pa ho ako noon ng kopya nung pinakita sa akin ng bayan ng Tanay, yung Municipal Planning Development Office. Yung permit na ginagamit doon sa garden cottages ng Blue Star ay socialized housing project talaga. Pero, baliktad daw sa nangyari dahil hindi pwedeng bumili yung mga mahihirap na empleyado ng gobyerno. At noong mga panahon na yun, merong ilang nakabili, pero balita natin, mga artista raw. Tapos, malaman-laman na lang natin, hindi na ako nagpapapasok. At kahit mga tiga-DNR, hindi pinapapasok. Oo, gano'n ako hindi. Pero ito ko yung mga naging mga paglalahad naman ni Secretary Loizaga. Balikan natin yung naputol kanina.
As amended, mandates strict regulation of activities within these sites. The 2002 supplemental agreement pertaining to a 300-hectare area within what geologists call the Masungi Limestone Formation was intended for government employee housing. However, a 2014 Commission on Audit review raised significant concerns, specifically the lack of a proper bidding, minimal project implementation, and absence of a required presidential proclamation. These findings, confirmed by the DNR internal investigations spanning several administrations, and more recently upon consultation with the Office of the Solicitor General and the Department of Justice, compelled the DNR to cancel the agreement due to its legal infirmities. Let me be clear. This department respects prior rights, but these rights must align with existing laws and regulations. The area in question, straddling 3 protected areas, Presidential Proclamation 1636, the Kaliwa Watershed, and Upper Marikina River Basin Protected Landscape, is one of over 200 protected areas nationwide. It is subject to the same legal framework that governs all our protected areas. The NIPAS Act, as amended, requires all activities within these areas to be approved by the Protected Area Management Boards, or PAMBs, and to be covered by Special Use Agreement for Protected Areas, or SAPAs. This is not a special case. It is the law. As I had previously stated regarding this issue, which is among the millions of hectares that the DNR and this office preserves, conserves, and manages, everyone must comply with the law. Our approach to conservation is multisectoral. We must engage all stakeholders, government agencies, the legislature, local governments, the private sector, academia, civil society, and our indigenous peoples. Conservation is a shared responsibility. This is among the pillars of environmental conservation which this legislature has recognized with the passage of the NIPAS and eNIPAS laws. Under our laws, any development in protected areas must be conducted through the Protected Area Management Boards, in partnership with all stakeholders, reflecting a whole-of-society approach. Admittedly, this, like many other government institutions, is imperfect and can be subject to abuse, as we have seen in the case of Chocolate Hills. Yet any imperfect institution or process, especially one created and mandated by law, cannot be unilaterally set aside by one group or family. I can say with absolute conviction that the enactment by Congress of the NIPAS law is the single most important and impactful legislation which has institutionalized the preservation, conservation, and protection of our protected areas. The department welcomes this investigation as it provides the venue and opportunity to ferret out the truth regarding the circumstances surrounding the 2002 Supplemental Agreement and, possibly, the other onerous-related agreements entered into by the Dumalyang family and group. We particularly look forward to the answers for the following questions. Who are the true and beneficial owners of Blue Star Construction and Development Corporation and its principal stockholder, First United Constructors Corporation? What is the history of Blue Star and First United with regard government housing projects? While there are published Supreme Court cases regarding these companies and unfinished projects, are there other controversies existing? How has the Dumalyang Group treated the Dumagat Remontado of Rizal in the Masungi areas? For the information of the Honorable Committee, the NCIP, accredited and recognized Dumagat Remontado, have given their full support and backing to the cancellation of the 2002 Supplemental Agreement, where they stated in their official statement, dahil sa totoo lang, sa likod na mapanilang na advokasya ay ang mahabang kasaysayan ng pag-abuso sa mga katutubo ng Tanay Rizal. For the benefit of the international audience who may be monitoring these proceedings, allow me to translate their statement in English. In truth, behind the guise of their advocacy is a long history of abuse of the indigenous peoples of Tanay Rizal. How has the Dumalyang Group also treated other legitimate residents in the garden cottages? How much has the Dumaliang Group earned from operating their ecotourism site and resort, which is being operated on government property? How much have they remitted to the government, if any? How many housing units out of the 10,000 that is contractually obligated to deliver has the Dumaliang Group built? Ang mga beneficiaries po nito ay ang DNR, Department of Education, Department of Interior and Local Government, Department of National Defense, Department of Transportation, the Office of the President, at ang Presidential Management Staff. Finally, what is the true basis for Blue Star demanding that the government pay them 1.3 billion pesos? Mr. Chair, we look forward for these questions to be answered, as these would also guide this department as to its subsequent actions pertaining to the other contracts involving the Dumaliang Group. In conclusion, the DNR is committed to upholding the law and ensuring the sustainable management of our protected areas. We believe that only through collaborative efforts can we safeguard our natural heritage for future generations. At this time, Mr. Chair, may I request that Assistant Secretary for Legal and Enforcement, Attorney Norlito Eneran, be recognized for a brief presentation of the chronology.
Ngayon, klaro yung nilinaw nito si Secretary Loizaga. Sa katunayan, tama naman ho yun na lahat ng mga protected area ay dapat kung gagamitin, meron ng mga special use permit. Sa kaso ng Masungit Reserve and Blue Star sa ngayon, na umano'y naniningil, ito yung tanong. Yun bang kinakailangang porsyento na para sa gobyerno, yung napupunta sa gobyerno? Nasa kabilang banda, nabanggit din ni Secretary Loizaga na meron palang demand ang Blue Star na bayaran sila dun sa 1.3 billion dun sa pagde-develop sa lugar. Pero ang paglilino rito ng Blue Star, hindi raw naman nila sinisingil. Pinapaalala lang daw nila na utang yun. Dun sa proseso kasi ng pagdinig, ganun o tumakbo yung mga pag-uusap eh. Kaya medyo, sabi nga, malaking, may argumento. Dahil lalo na sa panig ng Blue Star, represented by Mr. Dumaliang and sa yung kanyang anak, Bill Dumaliang, lumilitaw na may pagkukulang pa yung DNR. Ito yung ilang bahagi ng paliwanag ng Blue Star dun sa proseso ng pagdinig.
Now, the DNR has unilaterally cancelled a 2002 supplemental joint venture agreement that paved the way for this model. We did not receive any notices about these violations. We did not learn about this cancellation from formal processes. We just heard about it in the media, from the friends in the media. And we were not given a chance to dialogue with the DNR secretary or high officials, despite multiple requests to do so. I would like to quickly answer the factual, factually incorrect grounds and baseless grounds for the cancellation. Very quickly lang po.
As of now, no, you have all the time, but as of now, you've received the notice of cancellation, hindi ba?
We received it 1 week after the press conference.
And that
Mr.
was?
Chair. That was March 17.
Okay, and that was the first time you formally...
We formally received. And we have responded on March 20. In that response, we have given our rebuttals to the different grounds given by DNR. First, that there was no implementation of housing units. This is not accountable to Blue Star because according to the SJVA, the construction of these units will only come after the DNR has delivered the land free of liens, encumbrances, claims, and occupants, which until today the DNR fails and has failed to do. So, Blue Star is not accountable.
Pwede nyo ibalik lang yung mapa. So, ma'am, okay lang. Para
Sige
lang
po.
we don't go back and forth and don't have to. Yung mapa kanina nang tinanong ko si ASEC, so, dun sa tatlong area,
So-
yung hindi pa na-deliver or is it many parts of those areas?
I think the subject po right now is the red one. This is called Lot 10, yung mukha pong
Yes.
aso.
But as
Pero bago ho yan, meron palang mas nauna yung presentasyon po ni Asik General, kasi Attorney General, kasi nga may mga paglilino po siyang binigay. Medyo nagkapalit lang tayo ng representa. Ito yun eh. Yung kay Asik General.
Dulo Loizaga. Attorney Ernesto D. Adobo, Undersecretary for Legal and
So
Administration.
parang,
Attorney Juan
ngayon
Miguel,
parang nandito yun.
Undersecretary for Field Operations Luzon, Visayas.
Ano ba,
And
nagkapalit-palit ah.
Supervising Undersecretary.
your contention na hindi pa due and demandable yung housing projects because hindi pa na-deliver. So you're talking about the 300 hectares or are we talking about team 130 and 2?
We are talking about the 300 hectares,
300
Mr.
hectares.
Chair.
Sa 130 and sa 27, that's fully under your control or meron din mga...
Our position is that it is already consummated,
Yes.
that agreement.
What I meant is there still other people, other groups that hindi na naalis.
Konti na lang po.
So meron din,
Meron din,
outside the
konti.
300.
Yes, outside the 300. The
Let
second,
me just clarify, sir. The truth is, all of these lands were already lost by government when we first switched the place. The 130 hectares, the 300 hectares, and the 2,700 hectares. Nawala na po ito ng gobyerno. Napabayaan, pinagpagti-partihan na. Hindi ho nang mahihirap.
So sa Aribatalo kasi mga kababayan ko, at doon sa paglilino pala ni Attorney General, hindi ko makita eh. Nalbid saan ba dito yung kay Attorney General? Nagkapalit-palit eh. Nagkapalit-palit, hindi ko maintindihan yung mga numero. Ano nangyari po, nilino po ni Attorney General. Hindi yan, pangatlong video yun eh, pangatlo, pangapat. Nilino ko yun, ano yung mga paglabag na nagawa ng Blue Star kung bakit to sila yung joint venture agreement. Oo, nagkaroon ho kasi ng ng ilang parte. Ito dapat nagpipresento. Maraming mga tinutukoy na paglabag, kabilang yung hindi pagtupad. Hindi yan, hindi yung pagtupad dun sa nilalaman ng joint venture. Hindi nakagawa ng housing project. Maraming argumento na nililinaw si Attorney General na batay ho dun sa ginawa naman ng hindi yan, huli na yan, pinapahuli yan eh. Yung paglilinaw po ng saan ko hanapin yun? Batay dun sa paglilinaw nga, hindi natupad ng Blue Star yung dahilan kung bakit kinansila yung joint venture agreement. Pero sabi nga natin sa halip po na ito'y medyo offensive nga eh, ang masungay sa tingin ko dahil mas gusto nilang idiin na merong kapabayaan sa panig nung DNR. Wherein sa sinasabi ni na Attorney General na hindi sila pinapapasok. Sa bagay, sa totoo lang. Saksiyo tayo dahil may mga ahensya ng gobyerno, hindi yan tapos. Mamaya pa yan eh. Yung sinundan yan. Oo. Yung mga ahensya ng gobyerno na ang nagsisikap pumasok sana ron, kahit nga hindi PWH nun eh. At hanggang ngayon, dapat na-widen na yung kalsada sa lugar na yun, pero anong ginawa ni Masungi? Hinarangan yung kami ng kalsada. At inaaway niya yung lahat na nagtatangka na pumunta sa loob. May isang insidente pa nga nung nakaraang palihim at yung mga tauhan niya papasok, hindi pinapasok eh. Oo. Maraming insidente na gano'n. Eh kasi sino pa yung oversight committee ni Italy? Makakapasok ba yun doon? Eh, may mga punto kasi na parang baliktad kaysa dun sa dapat sana anong tawag doon? Nangyayari. Eh, pero kabaliktaran po yung kinakahinatnan. Kabaliktaran yung kinakahinatnan. So yun po yung isang bagay na dapat natingnan na klaro kasi mga bagay na hindi yung ganong napagtaunan ng pansin eh. At sa panig ng ni Masumi abay opensiba ho yung kanyang dating. Pagdating sa ganon, opensiba siya. Ay teka, saan ba yun Melvin? At nawala ako lalo. Ano ba to? Oo, lalo nung nawala yung aking mga video rito. Kung natabunan, kapalit-palit eh. Kapalit-palit yata nung salang yung padala. Oo, nasaan na yun? Wala, hindi ko makita mga file mo. Ayaw mo kasi ituro sa akin. Ayun. Anyway, at sabi ko nga, sa halip na maklaro to, nakakina-counter ni Blue Star at ni Masumi at pilit niyang gustong palabasin ng pagkukulang na nasa DNR. Sabi ko, matagal ko lang sinusubaybayan yung issue na to. At tipong may mga ilang pahayag na para sa akin, personal na baliktad. Baliktad do. Pero balikan ko ng konti yung binabanggit niyang ina ni Secretary Loizaga kasi binanggit niya yung mga Presidential Proclamation 1636 at yung ilang mga batas na nagkapatong-patong. Pero meron lang siyang nakalimutan na banggitin doon. Yun yung Presidential Decree number 324, yun yung nakalimutan niyang banggitin. Kasi yung PPD 324, ito yung kautusan ng dating Pangulong Marcos na nagdedeklara sa ilang bahagi ng Marikina Watershed na kilalanin ito bilang alienable and disposable. That's why may mga prior rights na nabigay at nabanggit niya rin sa presentation ng Dumalang mayroong MPSA na wala na, kansilado na ulat yun eh. Pero ang dahilan bakit may MPSA? Una nga, Melvin, balikan mo naman yung mga video ko. Dahil nga, una, alienable and disposable nga. Alienable and disposable. Asan ba yung mga video? Hindi ko makita kasi yung video eh. Kung saan ko hanapin yung mga video. Kaya nahihirapan ako. Cancelain yung alienable and disposable yung isang yung isang porsyon ng Marikina Watershed. Hindi ko makakita itong nasa inyo iba eh. Palit-palit eh.
Loizaga. Attorney Ernesto D.
Balik na naman ako eh.
Undersecretary for Legal and Administration. Attorney Juan Miguel Cuna,
Wala rin kapalit-palit
Undersecretary
eh.
for Field Operations Luzon, Visayas, and supervising
Oo, hinahanap ko kung alin ba rito saan ko ba hanapin yung iba.
Tinatin ko pa. Tinatin.
Oo, kasi kapalit-palit. Oo, ito yata, tingnan ko ito, baka ito. Medyo salis-salis eh.
Events leading to this cancellation.
Nakawala doon na.
Mr. Chair.
Oo, ito yun, balikan ko yung Secretary Loizaga eh. Ito, ano naman to? Oo.
One reason for that, actually it was DNR who placed that provision in the contract.
Hindi rin, si Mr. Dumalyang to eh.
The delivery free and clear of the land
Pinadalod ko pa.
before start of the
Oo, Mr. Dumalyang yun eh.
Pinadalod ko pa.
Hindi yun. Bihira yan. Oo. Kakasalis-salis eh. Ito, sandali lang, medyo nalilito yung aking eh.
is because we want to avoid the conflicts that occurred in the first
Ni Mr. Dumalyang mo yan, oh.
years. katakot-takot na problema ang inabot namin. Sana naman dito sa kasunod.
No, ang binalikan pa ko ni Mr. Dumalyang nung DNR, yung abot-abot na problema, pero sa noon ang galing ang problema. At tumingi kayo ng konsultasyon sa DNR, kayo yung hindi nagpapapasok sa DNR, yun ang problema ko. Na dapat nare-realize. Sa tingin ko naman, sa pagdating sa Blue Ribbon Committee, hindi naman kayang paikotin nila yung Blue Ribbon Committee. Matalas si Secretary at si Senator Cayetano pagdating din sa punto na yun. Hindi kayang paikutin ito mama na ito. Siguro mas maganda talaga. Tama yung ginagawa at sa tamang direction po yung ginagawang investigasyon ng Blue Ribbon Committee. Para ko, mapalito yung katotohanan dito sa issue nito. Dahil sabi ko nga, hanggang ngayon, yun yung ilang parte ng ancestral domain. Kasi nabanggit din doon sa mga proclamation at doon sa mga kasunduan na pinasok. Yun yung hinahanap kong file yung kay Atty. Eneran. Nabanggit niya yung Memorandum of Agreement sa pagitan ng dating kalihim ng DNR at ng Masungit Reserve na sumasaklaw doon sa 2,700. Doon yung Presidential Decree 324 sa lugar na yon. At yung ilang parte ng ancestral domain sa Antipolo sinakop doon. At ganoon din sa Tanay. Pati yung Lot 10, andin din yung 324, 1636, at iba pang proklamasyon. Bantakay mo naman, 2,700 hectares yung pinag-uusapan doon. Excuse, bukod pa ho ito doon sa joint venture agreement. Oo, yung joint venture hanggang 300 yun 300 hectares, pero ito 2,700. At ito siguro dapat ang isa sa dapat basisihin ni Senator Cayetano at ng Blue Ribbon Committee. At siyempre ng Kongreso kasi nabanggit din doon na iniintay din ng DNR yung report ng Congress. Ang problema ko kasi dyan, nakamatayan ito ng dating chairman ng committee ni Congressman Elpidio Barsaga. At nalipat ito sa ibang chairmanship dahil napaltan. Hindi na ko ito na-attach. Hindi na ito naisalang uli ng committee sa Kongreso simula na mapalitan ng chairman. At ang balita natin meron na ho yatang draft ng committee report pero hindi yung inilabas. At kahit yung si Congressman Dino na siyang naghain ng resolusyon para imbestigat ang kasong ito, napangal na rin kakahintay dun sa committee report. At tila natulugan daw ng bagong mayawak ng committee. Bagay, mag-a-assume pa naman yung bago matapos yung 19th Congress, meron pang natitirang 1 linggo. Pakasakaling maglabas ng committee report. Yun yung chairman ng Committee ng Environment sa issue ito. Sana nga maglabas. Kasi ongoing yung ginagawang pagdinig ng Blue Ribbon Committee. Sayang mo Anyway, hanggang tinihintay ko yung binabanggit ni Atty. Eneran. Ito yung ilang pahayag ni Mr. Ben Dumalyang.
Mag-start na ng peacefully. Meron ng katahimikan na ma-implement ng developer ng Blue Star yung trabaho na hindi yung pinipigilan, dinidemanda, binabaril. Yun ang dahilan kung bakit kailangan mo talagang mag-libre muna yung lupa.
And the housing, so I see na 4.0, project implementation shall commence within 15 days from the delivery of the land, free and clear of claims, liens, encumbrances, and occupants, and issuance of development permit, and shall be completed within 5 years thereof. So the housing was supposed to be for who? So pag nagawa yung housing, ito turn over nyo sa DNR or may beneficiaries na?
Hindi lang ho kami contractual, kami rin ang developer, kaya ibebenta ho, subdivide, ibebenta. In the meantime na andun pa yung mga inventory ng lupa, we will maintain, we will operate the village, we will secure the village. So, yung contract period, hindi lang 5 years. Yung sinasabi yung 5 years is only the construction phase.
Yes. So, pero pag na-construct yung 5,000, it's a commercial venture for Blue Star or is it for mass housing?
Mass housing, mass housing.
Sino magiging beneficiary?
Yung government employees, sir.
Government employees.
Yes,
Tapos
Your
labas na
Honor.
kayo doon. Kung sino beneficiary.
Government, meron ng procedure na yung agency mismo nagse-certify na itong applicant or buyer is
Then will you be paid for the houses or
Yes, we will be paid. Kasi yung construction ay yung gastos mo sa development, galing lahat sa bulsa. Wala akong equity ang gobyerno. Not a single cent.
And at that time, sir, 97-2002, was there a master plan for the conservation?
Meron akong sinamit kami sa DNR.
So kayo nag-submit sa DNR?
Oo.
And ang basis ho nun, so for example, when you say the 130 and the 300 hectare, bakit doon yung housing? Is that area better for development and yung iba kailangan i-conserve or did we just cut it out? Anong naging logic? Ang pinag-uugutan ko, sir, kasi parang sa akin may conflict yung may housing tapos conservation. Kasi usually tumutulay yun. But as I said, this was 28 years ago. So it could have been a different time and a different logic during...
Yeah, I understand. Perfect.
So, anyway, I won't interrupt you na, but that's yung trend of thought ko. Baka masagot nyo in your statement. Kung hindi, I'll ask that question ulit mamaya.
Before I resume to my opening statement, Mr. Chair, according to the recitals of the SJVA, the mandate of Blue Star was to ensure the optimum use of the land, the minimal disruption to the environment, and the maximum preservation of the natural features of the area. Because the Lot 10 does not only include buildable areas, it also includes maybe 40% of it is limestone formations. Naging part ng plano for Lot 10 is to conserve. So habang naghihintay po yung Blue Star na maklear yung area ng DNR from illegal occupancy and clearance, inalagaan ito ng Blue Star, consistent with the SJVA.
So I'm not saying, ma'am, na in 1996, 97, that might not have been a pioneering or a new way to look at things, di ba? What I'm saying, from my point of view, kung ngayon yon, there's no difference whether it's SM or Villar Group or Ayala Group that will come in kasi right now, everyone's conscious of the environment.
Yeah.
So, from my point of view now, if I just look at it now at ngayon ginagawa to, parang commercial lang yung contract, hindi conservation. Diba? But as I said nga, no, that might have been different in 1997 and 2002. Diba? That's why I'm trying to understand what did the government get by giving you the 2 lands and 3